literally just fell. I don't know if that's ever happened like in my adult life. Like I was rushing out here, slipped on something. Well, I know what it was. It was a chair. It's black. The lights are off. So I slid because the chair is on wheels and I fell. It was very dramatic. And so I just sat there for a second like, what the heck? Anyway, I gotta get out the door. I feel like I have already lived a whole life this morning. The kitchen is a wreck. Getting the kids up and ready for school, lunch is packed, all of that. I am gonna head to the gym this morning, and every morning it is my routine to shove some element in my water. You guys know I've been obsessed with this stuff, and this video is happily sponsored by Element. Huge thanks to them for supporting me. Massive thanks to you for supporting me when I have sponsored content. You know, I love this stuff. Lately, okay, I have to replenish my watermelon salt because it is my favorite flavor of this hydration drink. But lately I have been loving, just out of pure laziness, I was like, okay, I'll try the citrus salt. This is one of Alex's favorites. And you guess what? It's like number 2 on my list. Grapefruit is number 3 flavor, but they have a lot of flavors to choose from. So Element is the 0 sugar hydration drink. But you know what it does have in here? Potassium, sodium, and magnesium, all in this little packet. And it tastes fantastic. And everyone needs electrolytes, not just athletes. And Element has the perfect science-backed ratio of sodium, potassium, and magnesium, and that's why I pick this hydration drink over anything else, because it has those 3 things in it. No junk, no sugar, no artificial coloring, no fillers, no gluten, no artificial ingredients, only the good stuff in here. I typically just throw this in my drink in the morning before I head to the gym, and I'm good to go. When I work out, I sweat, I lose electrolytes, but many things throughout my day make me lose electrolytes. That's why it's important to replenish them. I'm breastfeeding, that makes me lose sodium. I'm just a human being in general, so these are really important ingredients to replenish your body throughout the day. It's good for everybody. It helps with hormonal regulation, nutrient absorption, fluid balance, nerve impulses. Drinking Element could help reduce and eliminate headaches if that's something that you struggle with. It also helps with fatigue, sleepiness, repairs muscles. That's why I like this one more than the other stuff, because it's got that magnesium in it. And honestly, I'm just scratching the surface on how great this hydration drink is for everyone. I would encourage you to look up like the benefits of magnesium, potassium, and sodium together, because there's so much great information out there, and every time I look it up, I learn more and more about it, and it just is so surprising. It shouldn't be surprising because we need to hydrate our bodies. It's like the simplest thing we can do, especially going into summer. I live in Florida, so like just stepping outside, I start sweating. It's 90 degrees out already. I don't want to talk about it, but this is a great way to help me. Oh, I remember when I was pregnant, I would literally just be staying there doing hardly anything, and I would just get dizzy. Because I was missing these key nutrients in my body. And listen, I still get exhausted and worn out when I'm like on an outing with the kids and the sun is shining. So I'm just saying, I almost forgot something so cool and exciting. Element is now offering sparkling electrolyte water. Woo, woo. The first of its kind. This is the variety pack, and I'm kind of jealous that they don't have black cherry lime in a little serving packet like this. Check this out. Comes in a can. So if you're into sparkling water, level up and get some Element, stay salty and all that good stuff. If you're interested in Element, check out my link in the description box below, and they're offering you a free sample pack with any order. You get 8 packets in here so you can try all the flavors. It's fantastic. I'll leave my link in the description box below, drinkelement.com/thewads. So it's drinklmnt.com/thewads. You're gonna love it. I know you are. I gotta get my shoes on. So I'm doing a body pump class today, and last week when I did this class, oh my gosh. Oh, so, okay, backstory, short story long. I've been doing body pump since I've been going to the gym, since Avelina was a year and a half old. She's 13 now, so at least like a solid 11 years. I mean, you know, thinking back now, back then, I think they had different weights. But regardless, at some point they brought in the new weights many years ago. Let's say like 8 years ago, at least several years ago. I digress. These new weights, great, fantastic. They are weighed in kilos, and then they also say pounds on them too. But you can tell the difference by like what size they are, you know? So this past week, I grabbed what I thought was like my normal warm-up weight, which is 10 pounds. Well, I guess it's like 11 something with kilos. I don't really pay attention. I just grabbed the big ones. Oh, so I thought were the big ones. And I popped them on, started doing the warm up, and I thought, oh my gosh, today is not my day. I felt like I was dying. I was like, what the heck? I knew I was tired, but I didn't think I was like gonna be this weak. First, I was like, you know what, maybe my muscles need to warm up, okay? Picked it up, started doing the warm up, and I was like, man, today is really not it for me. Continued the warm up, and at some point, you know, you put it on your back, and I'm looking like, did I put an extra weight on here? I'm like feeling around. Nope, just 10 pounds or 11 pounds is what I thought it was. Apparently, they have, what was it? Either 16 kilos or 16 pounds. So I had way more weight on there than I was used to, but I just felt like, oh my gosh, I felt so weak. But now that I know it was 16 pounds rather than the 11 that I'm used to, I was like, man, I did it with that weight. The warm up is supposed to be your lightest weight of the day. Made me feel a little good. I was like, maybe I can add some weight next time I do it. So I'm gonna head to Body Pump right now. It's a Les Mills program, by the way. I love Les Mills. Lifting weights, I mean, there are so many benefits to lifting weights. So let me grab my water and we'll head out. I'll share a little bit of the workout with you. I think you're gonna like it. I always grab a banana on the way out the door. And when I say always, I mean when we have them. This is the best looking banana we have. Oh, Lord help me. I am not someone who likes a speckled or brown at all, but if it's brown, it's not for me. It's for banana bread, you know? I'll survive.
Okay, so I have some updates for you. First of all, this is just the warm-up, but I filmed it because it covers all the muscle groups. So much to say. Listen, when I went in, it's been a week. I go in and I use these weights in other classes too. Now I cannot even find the 16-pound weight. I did take a picture of it, and I feel like I have a video. Yeah, I have a video of myself like checking the weights to see if I added an extra one. Anyway, this class, I did add an extra, like the smallest weight is like 2.5 pounds or something. So I added one to each side when I did the lunges, which is your heaviest weight of the day. So I did the 10, 5, and whatever. It's not 10, it's 11, but it's close enough. So what I'm trying to say is I added weight because last week when I accidentally added weight for the warm up, I thought, you know what? I think it's time to level up. So that's what I did. Happy that I did that. And this Les Mills class covers all the muscle groups. So it does it in 5-minute increments. So like the warm up is 5 minutes. The squat track is 5 minutes. You know, it feels like 7 minutes. I'm not even going to lie. Some tracks feel longer than others. And some releases are better than others. Their newest release has, I feel like, a really intense warm-up track, because when I got done with it, I was like, that was the warm-up? Is that a stinking joke? But this wasn't the newest release, because they do that for a couple weeks and then they, you know, do other. It depends on what instructor you have. They can pick whatever. This might have been an older one. I don't even know. That's what I love about it so much. It's always different. It switches things up, makes it new and interesting, but also covers all the bases when it comes to weight training and you know, covering all the muscle groups. So it starts with a warm up, then they do a squat track, which is it's a lot more intense than it sounds, okay? And then they do like back, biceps, chest, triceps, shoulders, a lunge track. I feel like that's all of it. If I'm missing one, just trust that abs, core, that they get it all, okay? I get a lot of questions on, well, a lot is subjective, okay? I get enough questions for me to answer them here about how often I work out and what my schedule is and all of that. And I mean, it's not as complicated. Just do it. Like, first of all, it has nothing to do with motivation. It's about adding it into your routine and just doing it before you have a chance to think about it. I do 2 HIIT classes a week. I do this body pump class, which is more weight training, but the HIIT classes have a lot of weight. It's high intensity interval training, so it's weights combined with cardio, and it's my favorite. And then I think I actually do that 3 times a week. One class is a little less intense. That's my Friday class. That's when I'm like over it, but I'm still doing something. Doing something is better than nothing, and that's the ultimate goal. But Thursday is my, oh gosh, what is it called? Bar class. I use 3-pound weights in that class, and I feel like my arms are about to fall off. I'm not exact. And I do body weight for the lower, for like legs, bum, hamstring, all that good stuff. It kills. It kills every time. I don't even know. Okay, it's ridiculous. But working out in general, even just going on walks, weight training specifically is so good for our bodies. I'm going to read off a few benefits of weight training, not even, you know, scraping the surface of just like being healthy. Obviously, that's one. And then just having muscle in our bodies. Listen, as we get older, I think it even starts in our 40s, perimenopause, menopause, all of that good stuff. I'm not quite there yet, but listen, I'm a human being. You got to move your body. That's why we're made. And anyway, when we reach that part of our womanhood, our muscles start to decline, like our muscle mass. So it's really important to keep that up. I not only want to be active and involved in my kids' lives, my goal is to be active and involved in my grandkids' lives. So I want to be able to run around with them and all that good stuff, but I will read off a couple of benefits to weight training. It increases muscle size and strength. That's an obvious one. It improves cardiovascular health. That's your heart. It increases bone density, it stabilizes and protects the joints, reduces body fat, supports mental well-being. It improves sleep quality. It improves your posture, mood, and energy levels, reduces the risk of falls. It boosts your confidence. There's so much involved in this. It's never too late to start. Listen, I'm one of the spring chickens in this class, and I look around, I'm like, that woman is 70, literally, and she's pumping harder than I am. She's got more weight than I do. I'm like, if she can do it, dude, that is the goal, right? I look around and the women in this class, they're just so strong. And oh my gosh, if you're needing a pick-me-up, they got endorphins. Go work out. Oh my word. Workout is done. Hallelujah. And I'm thinking I'm going to run across the street here to get some groceries. It's a Whole Foods, a whole paycheck. I don't want to talk about it, but I do need bananas. You saw the crusty one I ate this morning. And I have a couple of recipes. So I saw this one a few days ago and I just took a screenshot of it. Listen, wait for the name, okay? Cucumber salad with dill. That's not it. Hold on. She calls it something else. A dilly white bean cucumber salad. If there isn't a salad that's right up my alley, I don't know what is. And then I also found on Instagram, oh my gosh, does anyone else, hands up? First of all, do you have an Instagram? Second of all, the way that they make you type in a word to get the recipe these days, I don't like it. I don't like it. I understand it. So I do it. I hate every second of it. I saw someone make a cookie dough with beans. I tried this from Pinterest years and years and years ago. It was like garbanzo, chocolate covered Katie, that was her name. Ingrained in my memory, I tell you, because of how horrible it was. Well, it's been several years. Maybe my taste buds have changed. I don't know. Maybe it's just me thinking if I want to eat cookie dough, I'm going to make cookie dough with flour and sugar and butter, you know? But hey, who am I to not give something a second chance? So I'm going to try it. I got the recipe. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop into Home Goods. Home Goods? A little Freudian slip there. Speaking of Home Goods, I feel like come summertime, I'll really be able to focus on the girls' room and we'll have time to go to Home Goods. There's a really nice Home Goods in our area. Well, I say our area. It's in like more South Tampa. And that's the one that the kids like the most. I feel like because it has more furniture and they're needing some furniture. Eleanor needs a headboard. I just feel like I'm drowning with everything. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Good news is though, Wentworth's bed just came in. Bad news is we have to assemble it. It's like, not looking forward to that, but I am looking forward to like finishing up his room and finally doing something exciting with it for him. And then the girls, like they don't even have rugs in their rooms. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I'm working on it little by little. All right, I got the stuff to make the salad. I also grabbed a few other accoutrements. I got some bananas, I got some fruit to munch on. Oh, you know what I spent an arm and a leg on? Oh, watermelon. Why do I do this to myself? So we're gonna bust into this and see if I picked a good one. Also, aren't these so cute? Oh, radishes. I don't know if I'm a fan of radishes, but it's in the salad, so I'm doing it. My mom eats radish sandwiches. Questionable, I'm just gonna say. I spent my life savings on this dill, so this salad better be al dente, okay? I also saw these white cheddar non-dairy seaweed, so I think my kids are gonna love those for lunches. We only have one more week of packing lunches, thank you. Well, it started storming outside, which pros and cons, we really need the water. This looks like a really healthy salad. I'm pumped because it's supposed to taste like dill pickle, and it better. Okay, this is what I'm going to use. I have some cucumbers. You can use any kind. I just have these mini, like Peruvian cucumbers. Some green onion, dill. This is my entire life savings worth in dill. I have some radishes, garlic, lemon, 2 cans of any white beans. I have cannellini, and then Dijon, a little bit of olive oil. That's to make the dressing. Let's do it. Ooh, a good old rainy day. Okay, I'm just gonna start chopping and dropping. First thing I'm just gonna throw in the bowl is the main ingredient, seems to be the beans. Can't have enough of those. And oh my gosh, these smell so fragrant already. I just took the tips off of them. But in the recipe, it calls for either half of a large cucumber, or you can do the seedless English ones. I think those are great. But I just think these are going to look so cute, and they're similar in size. I don't know, I'm just gonna toss those into thinly sliced and move on our way. The fragrance of this, I mean, Bed Bath & Body Works really knew what they were doing when they created a bunch of cucumber melon scents. She used 4 of the little ones in the video, so that's why I'm doing it this way. And some green onions. This is going to add so much flavor. Just gonna toss these in. I think the recipe calls for 5 to 7 radishes cut in matchsticks. I don't know if I can handle quite that many. I guess it also depends on how big your radishes are. I would say like this is a large one and this is a teeny tiny one. But these are, I don't know, kind of spicy, right? This is what a matchstick is. Learned that in Cordon Bleu. Ooh, you hear that thunder? Garth Brooks? What? Kind of oniony. Onto the dill. It calls for 0.75 ounces of dill. And can I tell you, this is full ounce, and I'm just gonna break the hardy stems off of the bottom. If a recipe ever calls for dill, that's my weakness. I too am also kind of a big dill. Woo! Oh, you missed the crazy bolt of lightning. Very, very frightening thing. Mamma mia. I'm gonna toss all the dill in here once it's finely chopped. And then it calls for a whole clove of garlic minced. This is part of the dressing. So I misread it. I thought it called for a whole head of garlic, which is more my style, but it just called for 1 clove of garlic. So I took the biggest one that was available and I'm giving it a really nice mince. That's good enough. I'm going to throw it in this bowl where I'm going to combine the rest of the dressing ingredients, which include the juice of 1 lemon. Squeeze that in. Tiniest little squirt of Dijon, just as an emulsifier. Maybe 3 little squirts. A little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Gonna mix this together. This salad was, you know what? It was what it was. It was delicious. It was, and it was kind of lacking some flavor. Even though there's so much going on in this, I needed more. I needed more from this. It looks really pretty, and you'd think, ooh, that's a lot of dill, but it just wasn't enough. Gonna dump the dressing over it. Doesn't seem like enough, but there we are. Give it a little toss. Well, maybe once it's chilled, it tastes more like a dill pickle. Right now, it just tastes like dill and beans. Well, I just went all around the house and collected all the garbage, I mean laundry, because wouldn't you know, the past couple of hours, I have been indisposed. One of our kiddos just got sick, so then, you know, I'm just like cleaning up after that. And is very attached, so he slept on top of me during his nap, which isn't really unusual, but I feel like, oh my gosh, so much of my day is wasted, when the reality is I have the rest of my day to get some stuff done, to be productive. And it's not a waste to sit there and have my baby nap on me and feel comforted by that. Even though sometimes I really think it is a waste. I'm like, how could we be doing so much? It's a forced break is what it is. So since we got some stuff going on, I'm gonna sanitize all the laundry from now on. And I think Avelina said her laundry was in here to be washed. I don't know, it must be in the big basket. So that's my goal for the rest of the day, get all of the laundry done. I went around the house, it was just in this bin. So half of it went in here, which honestly isn't too bad. I probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 loads. I say that's not too bad, but really it's not. You know, I always forget to come back here. This is like the forgotten section of the house. One, because the kids back here are older, so I expect them to do more. Also, they're pretty good about staying on top of it, but sometimes
things just need a little mother's touch. I don't know what kind of science experiment was going on down here near the shower. The kids like to make potions and hair masks and beauty stuff, so I just let them go ham. That's their childhood, you know? But as far as this goes, I think I'm going to just give it a mother's touch. Deep down in my soul, I know that it's really not that deep. I need to go through the drawers and cabinets with the kids and like organize their things. Isn't this lovely, by the way, the light in here? None of the lights are on. It's just window, skylight. I really think like, I'm pretty sure this is my favorite room in the house, even though it might be echoey for you. Which, by the way, has nothing to do with being echoey. And I don't even think I finished my first thought about, I don't even remember what I was talking about. I need to get towels for the kids. I need to buy like proper towels. Like we need to figure out a solution for their linen closet in here. It's just all their stuff on the ground. It's fine. It's kind of like we just moved in, right? Just fresh move-in vibes. By the way, this towel warmer that we got from an estate sale for $4, far superior than the one I got from the thrift store. So I might switch those out, not even gonna lie. I feel like once we get some shelves in there, then it'll be a little bit more functional and things won't just be on the ground everywhere. So I'm gonna take a moment and just really just hide most of their stuff. I am a visual clutter kind of gal. Like I don't want to see anything. Hide it all away, drawer, cabinets, bin, I don't care, but I don't want to see it. My kids are slightly the opposite, where they want everything out on their cabinet. So, you know, it's their bathroom, I let them live, but I'm gonna tidy up a little bit. I think this was a hair mask, and do you see the Tangled doll over there? Yeah. So cute, so fun. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Come summertime, I'm holding way too many things with a white shirt. Come summertime, which is like AKA a week from now, I think I'll really be able to go through their things and help them organize and pick things out for their room and like finally hang curtains. I'm the worst. It's okay, it's okay. I also don't think I ever shared with you about the jar of consequences here. It's a really funny long story. So, you know, maybe next time. All right. Just when I thought I was done. Well, they could definitely use a sweep in here, but at least the countertops are tidy.
I love this bathroom so much. We are so thankful to have this addition, and it was always a part of the plan when we got this house to add on. And just like we were talking the other day with someone, I mean, it's really a huge topic of discussion these days on how high rent prices are and how expensive it is to buy a house and all that good stuff. So oh my gosh, it just fills my heart with so much joy knowing that we did expand the size of these rooms for our kids, because who the heck knows how long they're going to be living here, you know what I mean? And they're more than welcome to stay for as long as they need, because I know how crazy the world is right now. Hopefully prices go down by the time they need to move out, but also I love them so much, I just want to keep them around, you know what I mean? So I want their space to be as comfortable as possible. Also, maybe in the future, we need skylights in every single room in the house. I'm just saying. Skylights are amazing. We recently toured another house. I know you guys are, I shared in a previous video a couple weeks ago how Alex is, you know, wanting to invest in more real estate than anyway, as a retirement fund, just relocating our funds, right? And so we're looking at houses, not a lot, just once in a while, and not a lot. Okay. But anyway, we saw one the other day and I wanted to cry. I was like, this is the most beautiful house. It had so much character, so much pizzazz. Okay. It was like a country house, old style. You guys know that's my jam. And then I look at our house, gorgeous as it is. I'm like, it's so modern. It's so, like, I don't know how to describe it. Clean, I guess, clean edges. Like there isn't I don't know how to explain it, but hardly any charm here. But I guess that's we only moved in a couple years ago, so maybe we'll add our charm. Where, I don't know, because those country style houses, they just have it ingrained in them. But were they considered charming when they were built, 60 years ago? Questionable, I guess. I just love looking at houses, even if it's not a big prospect. Like, honestly, I always have realtor.com open up. It doesn't even matter, right? I think that's just, I know I'm not the only one there, where it's just intriguing to see other houses and, pick out the pros of them. But anyway, always a fun time. I'm tidying up the kitchen, and this is just something that has to happen 100 times a day.
I'm about to stock the fridge out here. I got a couple weeks ago. They've just been sitting in the trunk. Is that good or bad? It doesn't matter. But Target was having a sale on their Spindrift, so I stocked up on it. Oh great, now it's windy. It was thunderstorming. Who knows? I think it's like a nice day outside considering what yesterday looked like. I digress. About to stock the fridge out here, the drink fridge. It's some pretty new flavors to us. I'm not sure we've tried at least one of them. I'm not a huge fan of like sparkling waters, but I always like to have them in stock because we have like a lot of people over. Anyway, can I direct your attention to this side of my kitchen? Just ignore everything that's happening up here. We recently cleaned out under the sink and found those. I'm not even sure what this one is. This is a deep fryer. It's like a replacement. This is a stove here, like it has 2 burners. But you can, I guess, replace it with whatever the heck you're doing, a deep fryer and then whatever the heck this is. Maybe just a food warmer. I don't know. I didn't build the place. Look back here. Do you see what's happening? It's a mess and a half back here, but I gotta show this to you. Just check it out. What in the world? Can I tell you the last time I watered this thing? No, I couldn't, because I don't have a clue. It's an orchid, by the way. You can tell this has gone and seen its day, but I can't even believe that it came back to life. This is crazy. I'm gonna throw some ice cubes in it and say a little prayer. But these are the drinks that I got. The Spindrift is Alex's favorite because, well, you know what? I can't speak for all of them. Most of them only have carbonated water and then whatever juice flavoring it is. Are you even seeing it? I'm not doing a great job. Yes, my nails are I don't want to talk about my nails, okay? It was a mistake, but they'll only last for like a week, so it's fine. Island Punch. What I'm getting at is it's just, for the most part, okay, that's why I stopped the first time. Yeah, it's just the juicy flavors, no sugar added, but also no natural flavorings, which apparently can be up to 100 ingredients, and they don't have to divulge that information because it could be like their secret sauce, like their secret ingredient to make it taste good, you know what I mean? But what we found is that whenever I get sparkling waters with the natural flavors, and I think even Spindrift has a couple of them, I want to say their iced tea has it or something. I'm not sure. Just check the ingredient labels. But Spindrift is one of the only brands that doesn't. Costco might have some that don't. And sometimes I'll get those because, listen, Spindrift is really expensive and I only get it when it's on sale. And then obviously when like summertime comes around to stock the fridge up for our little hydration station down here because it's looking pretty bare. Typically up top, I put the Happy Juice, but I totally forgot to buy it. So I guess we'll just suffice with some Spindrift and Element, and I'll put some more water bottles down there too. It's always nice to have this fridge because, you know, when the kids are playing soccer or whatever, or if I have friends over and they're running around the yard, like it's just so nice to have this available. It's been really convenient. Also, my shoes, I don't want to talk about them either. They don't even fit me, but we'll get over it, okay?
Next time I go to the thrift store, remind me to look for some outdoor shoes. I feel like it's been on my list for a while. I just really haven't found any that I like. Maybe it's just because I don't like Crocs in general. I just need to jump the gun and get some. Anyway, the flavors of these, I can't attest to whether or not they're good. I don't even think anyone has cracked into them at this point. I filmed this a couple of days ago. But I just like having this hydration fridge in the outside here. It's just such a fun little area for us and pretty reasonable to restock. Just waters, obviously, most of the time. And then the sparkling waters. And that's just how we live our life, okay? Hydrate and all that good stuff. And that's what it's all about. The Happy Water, I have to remember to add that to my grocery list too. I get it from Target, by the way. It's like, I want to say no sugar, but it's good.
Well, I'm not even going to talk about what I ate when he was done with his nap because that's just none of your business. But I'm looking for the healthy cookie dough recipe, and I took a screenshot of a dress that I just got off of Amazon. This is like one of the review photos. I mean, doesn't that dress just scream? I didn't get it in red. Lady in red. I got it in blue. But I think that's just gonna be such a nice, it has built-in shorts, nice dress for summer if we're going to theme parks and all that good stuff. When I say theme parks, I don't mean Disney, sadly. We have Busch Gardens passes, so we typically like to do that a few times. Okay, I have the, I forgot I was gonna make these too. Cheese crackers. Oh, and this is really the only reason why I want to make the cheese crackers. This is a Play-Doh toy that the kids and I were playing with, clay, whatever the heck we were playing with it with. And I thought, you know what? I saw a recipe for cheese crackers and I was like, done, I'm gonna make some. We'll see. Oh, that's the plan. And then apparently some cookie dough. Chickpea cookie dough. I don't want to do it, but for experimental purposes, I will. It calls for garbanzo beans. I know. I'll get the rest of the ingredients. The recipe seems pretty simple to throw together. Into a food processor, I'm throwing in 1 can of garbanzo beans. I drained them and rinsed them. I don't know if I rinsed them well enough. Little bubbles is no big deal. 1/3 cup peanut butter. This feels so wrong. Should I pulse these first? I'm gonna pulse these first. Somehow that feels wrong too. All right, in goes the peanut butter. Hopefully that masks the bean flavor we've got going on. I just had really crazy deja vu. And I also heard the washing machine go off, so I'm gonna go switch out the load. I'll have you know, I was almost distracted by my dirty white shoes in there and I was like, oh, I should soak these. But really, oh, that's not gonna work out. I should finish this first. So 1/4 cup of honey. Hey, whenever you have deja vu, for me, what I think is, ooh, I should be really careful what happens, you know, next. Like, should I be hyper vigilant? What are my next steps? What am I looking out for? Good or bad, you know? And then 1/2 cup of quick cooking oats. And I ended up finding these. I don't buy them anymore, but I ended up finding these in my pantry when I did the huge pantry clean out a couple weeks ago, and I'm happy to find them because typically I just do the whole oats and pulse them a few times in the food processor, and that works out really well. Okay, actually, a little splash of vanilla in here as if that's going to fix the beans. Fingers crossed. Wow. You know what? It smells decent. I will give it that. I thought it was smelling like beans. It's just in my head. Maybe this top layer here. I'm gonna give it one more pass through just for good measure. All right, cool. Should we take a taste test? You know how you see influencers and they're like, oh my God, I'm so scared to try this new blush. I'm like, what are you afraid of? But I'm kind of apprehensive to try this bean cookie dough. Honestly, the beans are so mild. I'm gonna let my kids try it when they get home and see if they can even recognize that it's like a healthy, or if it has beans in it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna see if they even notice or if they like it, you know? But yeah, it's creamy. I can taste the oats in there. I think that mellows it out. I don't think Chocolate Covered Katie's recipe had oats or peanut butter. I could be wrong because it's been like 10 years since I made it. To finish this off, I'm just gonna add a couple tablespoons of mini chocolate chips, which I don't know, somehow doesn't seem like enough. Why even add them, honestly? And then I did have healthy M&Ms, like the dye-free ones, but I can't find them. I feel like one of my kids probably got a hold of them, if not a couple of my kids. So I'm just gonna dump in a small handful of these, couple tablespoons, if you will, and then mix these in, roll them into balls, and call it a day.
Okay, so I let the kids munch on these, and the texture was obviously beany, okay? It was soft, even after I let them sit in the fridge for a while. They just had like a more mushy texture than what we typically eat out of an energy ball. Okay, will I make these again? Short story long? No. There's that. Okay, were they crazy beany? Everyone was like, huh, you know, they knew something was off.
Okay, I'm going to move on to the cheese crackers, like Cheez-Its, but homemade, because obviously everything is better homemade and you know what's going into it. I shredded up 8 ounces of cheddar cheese. I'm adding it to a food processor and combining it with 1 cup of flour. I'm gonna blend this together. All right, cool. Over here, I'm cubing up a 1/4 cup of butter. And honestly, I'm just guessing it's a 1/4 cup because the Kerrygold that I'm using, it doesn't have measurements on the side like other American butter. So this is cold butter, even though it looks crazy. Tossing it right in. So this is kind of like a pastry dough. How could it not be good? Mix that together. If you don't have a food processor, just do it with a pastry blender or a couple of forks or your fingertips, you know? All right, we'll see where that got us. Ooh, oh wow, oh yeah, wow. I actually don't know what the texture is supposed to look like, so it's not quite like pastry dough. Do I need more butter? I don't think so. All right, couple tablespoons of milk happening to bind it all together. This, there it goes. Yeah! When it forms into a ball like this, that's when you know we're good to go. I'm gonna roll this out. Let's do it.
Now these, on the other hand, 20 out of 10, fantastic. And honestly, I wouldn't even use the like weird edge one. I would just use a pizza cutter to, if I make these again, which I might make these again because one, they were quick and easy to throw together and I know what's going into them. And plus my kids love Cheez-Its. Like, are these healthy? I mean, it's flour and cheese, you know what I mean? But you can rest easy knowing that they are preservative free and none of the chemical, you know, like, are there chemicals in the cheese? Like, can we trust anyone these days? But essentially, homemade is what they say is better than anything else. So I'm just doing my best over here, just living that life. And my kids gobbled these up, and I didn't even do the last step. And first of all, I cut them too large, which was fine. It is what it is. It was like a 2-bite cracker kind of thing. And you can cut them as big or small as you want. But I didn't sprinkle the top with salt, which I feel like is an added bonus because that's my favorite part of eating a Cheez-It. It's just like, ooh, that salt on top. I ended up using the back of a paintbrush. I just found a little paintbrush in our like silverware drawer. Why is it there? Because I have kids. And I poked a hole in the middle of each one. So when they puffed up, like, you know, they just didn't explode. Just like, you know, when you cook pastry dough, when you cook a pie, you got to give it some slits to aerate it and vent out. And I think that's the same situation here. But I just rolled them out. I didn't even roll them out super thin. I rolled them out enough to be manageable. I didn't want them to stick to the counter or anything. So just a little bit of flour, roll them out, cut them up, and throw them on a baking sheet. I did 350 for, I think, 20 minutes or so until they were done. And at first glance, I thought, oh, maybe I overcooked these a little bit, but they were actually perfect. They could have stood to go a little bit longer because mine were a little thicker. So they didn't have as much of a crunch. You know, some of them were better than others or more thinner. So yeah, I would make these again. So listen, one time I made goldfish like years and years and years and years ago. And I had one little teeny tiny thing to punch out the goldfish. Would not recommend doing that because what a time suck that was. But something like this where you just roll them out, easy. And if you are interested in doing goldfish, they do sell on Amazon. I've seen like a goldfish stamp and it does like, who knows, 10, 20 goldfish at a time. And it's like a cookie stamp, you know what I mean? And then you can do a huge area at once. And I feel like maybe I can do that next time. We'll see. If I feel like buying it off of Amazon, I'm unsure. But this is what they look like when they're all finished. You can see they definitely puffed up a little bit. They've got that crunch. They've got a nice texture, nice color, no salt. So, you know, pros and cons. I took a picture to share on Instagram. Don't think I ever did. Oh my gosh. And then this dang watermelon. I literally don't even want to talk about it right now. The worst. It was the worst. Bad. It was bad. It was also $6 or $6.99, something outrageous. It was outrageous. I took a smell and I was like, Alex, am I going crazy? Is this bad? Because the kids were all gathering around. They were like pumped to eat some watermelon. And again, sucked at picking one out. What is the secret? Nothing works, okay, when I'm picking out a watermelon. So I just, you know, threw $7 in the trash, $6 or $7 in the trash. Makes me want to cry. But anyway, moving on to more fun and exciting things in life. I am cleaning the bathroom. This happens, you know, every day or so. And the toilet is just so much fun to clean. And what did I use on the counter? Oh, I finally bought Windex, which I was using it and I was like, this works just as well as the all-purpose spray that I have from Blue Land. Because I thought, okay, Kim, I was at Target strolling around, like maybe I should just be an adult and get some, you know, mirror cleaner, window cleaner. So I got some. It's been a while since I got any, but you know what? It works just as good as the all-purpose cleaner that I keep using from Blue Land. I think Blue Land has a window cleaner, but I get the all-purpose in bulk from Amazon. And so I just refill all my things with that. And one day I used it and I was like, oh, that looks fine. And so I just continue to use it. So I don't know if you're wondering, do I need window cleaner? The answer is no. I also heard that you can use vinegar to clean I say windows, but mirrors, same thing. You can use vinegar and newspaper, apparently. I don't know. I don't have newspaper because I'm a millennial. Oh, did you see that? My power went out? Yes, it did. Yep, it did. And I don't know why. And so I put my crap down to check on everyone just to make sure everyone was okay. Everyone was fine. And sometimes that just happens in this house. I don't know. It actually happens a lot. More than it ever happened in my other house. Sometimes we lose power, especially during the summertime when we have those crazy thunderstorms rolling in. We'll lose power for a couple of hours. So that's why I want to get more into canning than loading my freezer up, because obviously we live in a state that gets a lot of hurricanes. And so we could lose, hypothetically, our power for days. It's never happened to me. I've lived here almost my entire life. So knock on wood and all that good. But I know it happens. You know what I mean? So I want to get more into canning rather than stocking my freezer. I think both are important. But yeah, chili is next. I say next on my list of things to can. It's my first thing on my list of things to can because I've yet to can anything. Also, chicken broth, chicken stock, all that good stuff. I need to bulk up on my jars. I ordered some. I just need to do it. I need to just do it. I'm moving into my laundry room and switching over a load of laundry, whatever. But I wanted to throw my shoes in this thing just to let them soak. Last week, I cleaned my white sneakers, like the ones that I work out in. And these are the Keds. I get them all secondhand. It's like, whatever. These are so dang cute, but they're white, so they get dirty easily. And so I'm showing you the before, even though I didn't even film an after. But just trust that this worked. I just throw them in to some water. I add OxyClean to them and just let them sit for a couple of hours. Time to start on dinner. I just cooked up some pasta. I'm just gonna throw together a really quick and simple, essentially one pot dish almost. I wasn't sure what to make for dinner tonight because I haven't meal planned yet. It's a problem, I gotta get on that. All of last week's dinners were so good because I meal planned. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna meal plan. Tonight, Elise Ellis posted on her Instagram this recipe. I actually don't know what it's called, like taco skillet or something. And I just thought, perfect. I know it's macro friendly. I know the guesswork is taken out of it. And I had all the ingredients on hand. It's actually perfect. Really simple. And plus it's pasta, so you know it's going to be a kid pleaser, a crowd pleaser. So I just have, this is like 1.10 pounds of ground beef and a huge GMO onion diced up. I'm just gonna cook these up. Essentially, this is like a 30-minute meal. But if you cook the pasta alongside this, I think it could be like a 20-minute meal. Plus, it's super simple to throw together. Literally, like dump and go. I cut the onion while I was holding Wolfgang on me. He finally let me like place him down. So I got two hands. Life's a joy. I'm not sure if the onions are done cooking, but I'm done waiting, so I'm going to add in about 3/4 cup of water. Oh crap, the seasonings too. Like 2 teaspoons of paprika, some garlic powder, and then salt and pepper. I lost my salt and pepper holder. I don't know where it is. Mix those in and wake the spices up. And then add 1 cup of salsa. I have this left over from yesterday. I made something that called for, you know, the rest of the jar. I can't remember what I made. Enchilada skillet or something. It was really good. I liked it. Then I'm gonna throw in 1 cup of shredded cheese. Sound good? Add a mix if you can even see it. I can barely see it. It's so steamy. Then I'm gonna toss in the noodles. It's kind of like Hamburger Helper in a way. And I think that's it. She used probably half as much meat as I did, so mine looks a lot meatier, but more protein. I'm gonna give it a taste test. I'm adding some more spices, and I think I forgot the cumin the first time around. So that's what happens the second time around. I think this is the main spice I was missing. And I was about to add just my taco seasoning spices. I'm sure that would be just as good. It's good, it's just lacking a little bit of flavor, okay? Here we go. Bon appetit. Yeah, much better. This is kind of like Hamburger Helper-esque. Do they have a taco flavor? This would be it. This is it. Nice, quick and easy weeknight meal. This was so good. The flavor was great, even though I probably added double, if not triple, the amount of seasonings. I don't care. Listen, add whatever seasonings you like. You can change up a recipe. I use them as guidelines, and I hope you do too. But this was fantastic. Easy to meal prep. Everyone loved it. Family friendly, all that good stuff. Can't say enough good things about it. But that is the end. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out. Don't forget to check out Element. You can get a free sample pack with any purchase. drinkelement.com/thewads will get you there. drinklmnt.com/thewads will get you there. We also had a Caesar salad. Stick around for next time. Bye.